Let's talk about the Deathadder V3 Pro. An interesting ergonomic design from Razer's latest release. How the flare actually comes up on the side as opposed to the middle, for example, with the Atlantis. I'm not too sure what to think about this mouse quite yet. I've only owned it for less than a week and I still might return it. The switches are Razer's latest optical, which are really unique, and I think my copy might be a really good one just because there's a very little pre-travel before actually activating the switches, which is really cool. But what's cool about this mouse too is that it sort of fits the palm of your hand quite nicely. It sort of hits you right up here, as opposed to down here with other mice because it's more centered. But that doesn't mean that it's the most comfortable. And with this mouse, it's sort of hard to put into words if I actually really like it or not quite yet. It is good. Don't let me discredit that because I know that a lot of people are looking at this mouse and comparing it to the G Pro X. But I may go back to that. I'm still not too sure because the main thing that puts me off on this mouse a bit is just the sensor placement. So with the Deathadder V3, the sensor rides, I think that's a good way of looking at it. It rides a little bit lower than Lamzu Atlantis or any other mouse for that matter. Because when you're actually aiming with other mice, what I find is that you it feels as if you're aiming up here as opposed to being back here. I think that works better with tracking. When it comes to flicking, though, when you're playing shooters like Valorant and or CSGO, for example, I don't know if that's exactly best, though. Overall, though, really good mouse from what I can tell. It's got like a coarse, fine finish in comparison to like matte finishes or no coat on the Lamzu Atlantis, for example. But I don't know, it misses the mark for me. I would like to try Zowie in the future. I never was lucky enough to try it at the beginning, just because I kind of got involved with wireless mice, and it's now become a really unique feature that I look for with any mouse. I just prefer wireless over wired these days, even though I know there's a lot of goat mice that are still wired. But we'll see. Still need to do a little bit more testing. Just a mini review for now. I may keep this, but I might not. Stock skates are pretty nice on here. A little bit scratchy, but they don't compare to other types of skates like core pads or Tiger Ice, for example. They're still better, especially than the G Pro X, fresh out of the box. Glide is pretty good. Side buttons are nice too. Really tactile, clicky, really responsive. Scroll wheel as well. No issues with that. And thankfully, mouse 1 and 2 are quite spammable. You would think maybe with the optical switches they wouldn't be, but they are. So if there's longevity in that, then I would definitely say that's much better if you were to compare it to other mice. But just be aware before picking up this mouse. It has a very unique design that I'm not too sure I'm fully invested in yet. But don't let my opinion sway you. Definitely do your research first. But I may not have this in the long term. We will see. So that's just a quick review of the Deathadder V3 Pro. Let me know if you want anything else. I know you guys want a Lamzu Atlantis review because my last mini review did quite well, and I will be working on that very soon. I want to actually put a little bit more quality into a proper review for that video. So you will be seeing this very soon.